Welcome, dear colleagues and students. Today we are going to complete our session about nutrition for the secondary school, high school student in biology. So let's start. So we have 4 physical phenomena. Normal phenomenon, which the plants use to absorb water through the roots without consuming any energy. These phenomena are: number 1, diffusion; number 2, osmosis; number 3, permeability; number 4, imbibition. Number 1, diffusion. The diffusion is the movement of molecules or ions. Molecules such as water, and ions such as sodium ions, potassium ions, etc., from a highly concentrated medium to a low concentrated one, and that's due to the continuous free motion of the molecules of the diffused substance. Example: the diffusion of a drop of ink when it falls into a beaker containing water. Also, transport water from outside of the cell to inside of the cell through plasmic membranes from highly concentrated media of water or salts, molecules or ions to inside of the cell, which has a less concentration medium. Number 2, phenomenon of osmosis. Osmosis, it's the diffusion of water from a medium of high concentration of water to another with a low water concentration through a semi-permeable membranes. As we see in the beaker, at the left side, there is a highly concentration of water in B section than A section. So the water will be move from the high concentration media to the low concentration media, from B to A. And so in the cells, from outside of the cell, with the water concentration is high, to inside of the cell with the concentration of water is low. Osmotic pressure. The pressure that causes the diffusion of water through semi-permeable membranes due to the difference in concentration of the dissolving substances in water across the two sides of membrane. As we see in the beaker, from high concentration of water to a low concentration of water, and there is a membrane between them, is a plasmic membrane which has a tiny pores to permit the passage of water. So what is the relation between the concentration of solutes in the solution and the osmotic pressure? It's a directly proportional, as we see. Osmotic pressure increases by the increase of the concentration of solutes in the solution. Number 3, permeability. The permeability phenomenon, the walls or cell membranes differ in their permeability properties as the following. We have impermeable membranes. Impermeable to water and salts. For example, walls covered by lignin, theobrine, or chitin. It does not permit to passage any substances. Number 2, permeable. Permeable membranes to water and salts. The example is cellulose wall. Number 3, semi-permeable membranes, such as plasmic membrane, which allow the passage of water and control and regulate the passage of other substances of many salts, but it prevents the permeability of sugar, and amino acids. Amino acids because they are large-sized molecules. As we see in the picture, it prevents the passage of big molecules, such as sugar and amino acids. Selective permeability. A phenomenon which controls passage of substances through the plasma membrane, in which some substances may be allowed to pass freely through tiny pores of plasma membrane, while others may pass through them slowly. A third group of substances are not allowed to pass at all. Plasma membrane. A semi-permeable membrane contains tiny pores and has a selective permeability phenomenon. As we see in the plasma membrane, it permits or regulates the passage of substances from outside of the cell to inside of it and vice versa. Imbibition, the first phenomenon, imbibition. It is the ability of plant cell walls to absorb water through solid particles, especially colloidal ones, that have the ability to absorb liquid, swell, and increase in volume, as pectin, cellulose, cytoplasmic protein. They increase in volume and swell. As we see in the plant cell, in the cytoplasm, there is a cytoplasmic proteins work by imbibition. Second, absorption of water by roots. As we see in the picture, the root hairs are covered by a thin colloidal layer, so they possess a strong affinity for water which surrounds the adjacent soil particles. So the outer surface of the root hairs will imbibe water from the soil solution. Number two, embedded water is then withdrawn to the inside of epidermal cells by osmosis, and this due to the difference between the higher concentration of the sugar solution in the cell sap and the lower concentration of the soil solution, due to the difference of water concentration which is higher in soil than in the cell sap. Water passes by the same methods to the cortex cell until it reaches to the xylem vessels in the center of the root, which its function to transport water and minerals from root hairs to stem to leaves to finish the photosynthesis process in the leaf. I hope you're satisfied. So please like and subscribe to continue. Thank you.